بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه واتبع هداه وبعد. اللهم أخرجنا من ظلمات الوهم وأكرمنا بنور الفهم وافتح علينا بمعرفة العلم وحسن أخلاقنا بالحلم، اللهم آمين. خاطرة الليلة خاطرة اليوم نختم بها هذه السلسلة وهذا الجزء الأخير في كيفية مواجهة المعاصي والجنوح إلى السيئات، وهو أيضا هدي نبوي وإرشاد إلهي لكل المؤمنين، وهو سلاح الدعاء. والدعاء اللي هنتكلم عنه اللي لازم تلزمه ويكون من قلبك ويكون حاضرا عندما تذكره هو دعاء أوجبه الله علينا، دعاء أوجبه الله على كل مسلم. كل مسلم على الأقل يدعو به على الأقل 17 مرة في اليوم، وهو الدعاء بالهداية، اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. لكن شرط استجابة الدعاء إن القلب يكون حاضر وإنك تعي ما تقول. يمكن بعضنا ما كانش واخد باله إن هو بيدعي ربنا كل يوم 17 مرة إن ربنا يهديه. يعني إيه الهداية هنا؟ الهداية هنا معناها أمران. الأمر الأول التثبيت فيما هو حاصل والإرشاد فيما ليس بحاصل. يبقى اهدنا الصراط المستقيم، أنت بتطلب من الله عز وجل أن يثبتك على ما حصلته من الهداية وأن يرشدك إلى ما لم تحصله. ده معنى ولذلك لابد في طريقك إلى الله عز وجل أن تظهر صدق رغبتك في الهداية. فإذا علم الله تعالى صدقك في الهداية هداك وثبتك. صدقك ده بيظهر إزاي؟ إنك تقعد تطرق الباب، ومن أساليب طرق الباب هذا الدعاء بالهداية دوما. طيب لمدة قد إيه؟ ما أعرفش، كان زي ما قلنا مليون مرة، سنة 10 20 لحد ما تموت وانت بتقول اهدنا الصراط المستقيم من قلبك. انت ما هتبقاش مطلوب منك هداية البشر، انت مطلوب منك أن تهتدي. ولذلك النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم عشان يرشدنا إلى أهمية الهداية والاستقامة وإنها أمر عظيم يحتاجه الإنسان مش بس للبعد عن المعاصي، بل يحتاجه الإنسان في القرارات التي يأخذها كل يوم. محتاج هداية وإرشاد وتوفيق إلهي. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كان في قيام الليل يدعو بهذا. نسمع كده ونختم بهذا الحديث الذي رواه الإمام مسلم عن أبي سلمة ابن عبد الرحمن بن عوف قال: سألت عائشة رضي الله عنها بأي شيء كان نبي الله يفتتح صلاته إذا قام من الليل؟ لما تقول أعوذ بالله من قبل ما تقول الاستعاذة وقبل ما تقول البسملة في حاجة اسمها دعاء الاستفتاح. بتدعي ربنا أول الله أكبر، تبدأ تدعي دعاء من الأدعية النبوية كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يدعو بها. طيب في أثناء قيام الليل النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كان بيقول إيه ليفتتح صلاته في قيام الليل؟ قالت: كان إذا قام من الليل افتتح صلاته بهذا الدعاء: اللهم رب جبرائيل وميكائيل وإسرافيل فاطر السماوات والأرض عالم الغيب والشهادة أنت تحكم بين عبادك فيما كانوا فيه يختلفون. كل ده ثناء على الله عز وجل. فين الدعاء؟ أهو بقى: اهدني لما اختلف فيه من الحق بإذنك إنك تهدي من تشاء إلى صراط مستقيم. ده مين اللي بيعمل كده؟ النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. ولذلك من أعظم الأسلحة وحبينا نختم بها إن في مواجهة المعاصي وفي رغبتك لتحصيل الهداية في كل نفس لازم يكون ده ورد ثابت لك، طلب الهداية بقلب حاضر خالص. والله تعالى أعلى وأعلم، وجزاكم الله خيرا أجمعين، ونسأل الله تعالى أن يتقبل منا ومنكم جميعا. لو نلتزم الهدوء يا شباب أثناء الخروج. أنا عارف إن في سلامات دلوقتي، بس خليها في القاعة الأخرى. الله يجزيكم الخير. So we're concluding this series, and especially these last 10 sessions on how to manage the problem of sinning and how to deal with sin. We'll conclude it with this weapon that we can use to counter all of these temptations. And it has to be an established discipline that you always cling to and practice. And that is something that Allah actually made mandatory on every Muslim. It is a dua. This is the power of the prayer. You have to keep asking Allah for guidance. This dua is made mandatory on every Muslim. At least we have to do it 17 times a day. In Surah Al-Fatiha, when you're in Salah, you say, Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim, right? Guide us to the straight path. Maybe you did not pay attention to that. But if you're praying 5 times a day, you're earnestly asking Allah for guidance. 17 times a day at least. For your dua to be meaningful and accepted, it has to be coming from your heart. You have to mean what you're saying. You have to mean what you're saying. And you have to say it mindfully. So next time when you're reciting Surah Al-Fatiha, understand that the purpose of this surah is that it is a prayer for guidance. Why? Because without divine guidance, it's hard for us to survive, spiritually or morally. And this is one of the things that many people do not pay attention to. Keep asking Allah for guidance. For how long? Because I do have a sincere desire to be guided. I do not want to be having these conflicting thoughts of guidance and misguidance, guidance and misguidance. That will come one day. But you need to keep knocking at the door. You need to keep praying. For how long? I do not know. It could be 1 month, it could be 1 year, it could be 10 years, it could be 20 years. Do not give up, because that divine guidance is a pure act of grace from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When He knows that your heart is sincere and you're seeking Him sincerely, He will surely grant you guidance, because Allah is not unfair to anybody. But you have to show sidq. And you have to be sincere. And when we put this condition, being sincere in seeking guidance, you can never complain about the delay of guidance. You can never complain that I have been praying for guidance for so long. You're not sincere. Keep knocking at the door. Keep knocking at the door and keep praying for guidance in tears. You're a servant of Allah. You're not God. You will never be perfect. You're a human being. And Allah wants to see that sincere heart that is seeking Him. This is your job, and this is what you have to show. Once this is shown, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will grant you that divine forgiveness and guidance. As we mentioned in the other sessions, to the point when you will not have distaste for the haram. And this is absolutely possible. Absolutely possible. There are many Muslims who do not commit the haram because they have a distaste for it. It doesn't mean they are less humans and they do not have these temptations. They do, but they are in full control over these desires. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is granting them that support. So do not give up, because guidance, to be servant of Allah, that is an honor. This is an honor. The people who are selected to receive that honor are the people who are sincere in their seeking. If you are the driver of the president, يعني, the whole Facebook would know about it, world would know about it. If you're the cook of the president, you will take pride in that. Now you want to be the servant of the King of Kings. That is an honor in itself. So you need to keep knocking at the door. This is the purpose why we're here. So do not give up. Do not let the shaitan say that has been too long. Allah does not want me. This is not sidq. This is not a sign of sidq. We need guidance not just to stay away from the haram, but we need guidance in every second in our life. Every day we take decisions. So guidance can be understood also as discernment, as spiritual discernment. To make sure that your decisions are always moral and always God-oriented. And the Prophet ﷺ used to include that prayer of guidance in his salah, in the night prayer. You see this pre-Fajr prayer? This is Qiyamul Layl, right? The Prophet ﷺ has a special prayer that he used to start his Qiyam with. And Abu Salama ibn Abdul Rahman ibn Auf, one of the companions of the Prophet ﷺ, asked Sayyida Aisha, the wife of the Prophet ﷺ, how did the Prophet start what kind of prayer the Prophet ﷺ used to say to start his night prayer? She said he used to say, "O Allah, Lord of Jibreel, Mikael, and Israfil," these are three angels, "the creator of the heavens and the earth, the knower of the seen and the unseen, you judge between your servants in whatever they had conflicts on." So he's praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then he would say, "Ihdini lima ikhtulifa fihi min al-haqqi bi'idhnik." Guide me to the right position in all of the disputed matters with your permission. إِنَّكَ تَهْدِي مَنْ تَشَاءُ إِلَى صِرَاطٍ مُسْتَقِيمٍ. You guide whomever you wish to the straight path. Whenever you read in the Quran, you guide whomever you want or you misguide whomever you want, you have to understand that based on all of the attributes of Allah. Allah has perfect knowledge, perfect wisdom, and that is why He guides and misguides based on His knowledge and wisdom. If I say, I guide whomever I want and I misguide, that would be a problem because I don't have perfect knowledge. I don't have ultimate knowledge or ultimate wisdom. So when it applies to Allah, it's not arbitrary. Because some people may entertain that thought and maybe suppress it. It's haram. Don't say it. Yes, don't say it, but it's not arbitrary because we're talking about Allah who has the ultimate attributes of knowledge and wisdom and power. That is why, as Surah Al-Anbiya says, He's not to be questioned about what He does, and we will be. He's not to be questioned, not merely because of His power, but because of His ultimate knowledge and ultimate wisdom. What Allah decrees and what Allah does is the wisdom, is the hikmah itself. So again, I wanted to conclude this series with this power of the dua. Make sure that this is one of the disciplines that you maintain every day in your wird. Different story, but every day in your wird, you should have, the Prophet ﷺ used to have a set of prayers that he would recite every day. At least one of these is a mindful and sincere prayer for guidance. Do it and maintain it, and inshallah you will see a difference. And we'll see you next Ramadan, inshallah. Walla tomorrow in Eid. See you every day, بإذن الله. جزاكم الله خيرا أجمعين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله.